Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Brian Duprey, and I am the author of the book Childcare Millionaire. I am also the co author of the book The Happiness Guide for Early Childhood Educators Secrets to Living Your Best Life in and Out of the Classroom. And I'm going to spend a few minutes today talking about this book, The Happiness Guide, and why you should purchase it, not only for yourself as a childcare owner, but also for every one of your teachers and support staff. This is a very important book. I co-wrote this with the wonderful, awesome, amazing Kris Murray from the Child Care Success Company. I used to work with Kris, and she's an amazing lady. And her and I collaborated on this and wrote this book for teachers to make an impact in the early childhood field. So I'm going to take a moment and talk a little bit about the different gems in the book. The book is made up of gems, and each gem is a different nugget of information that's very important for your teachers to know. Now, I divided this book up into 7 different chapters. And the first chapter is all about making a difference. Now, why do you think teachers need to know why it's important about making a difference? Your teachers, and you, if you are a teacher, you make a difference. You do more for the planet as far as making a difference in the world than anybody else in any other profession. Childcare, early childhood education is the most impactful profession on the planet, bar none. As a teacher and somebody who's leading the charge to educate the next generation, you are on the forefront. If you think about it, every person who's done great work on the planet today was taught by a teacher. You are the start. There's going to be kids in your classroom that go on to do amazing things, and you're the one that opened that door. You're making a difference. So we're going to spend a bunch of different gems in there talking about making a difference and the importance of making a difference in the world today. This chapter is going to make you feel like what you do really matters. It's going to give you the energy to get up on a day where you just don't feel like getting out of bed, because you know at the end of the day, you have made a difference in the world. You know, when I drop my daughter off to work every day, she's a toddler teacher at one of my childcare centers. She's 20 years old, and her name is Danae. And every morning when I drop her off, I say, Danae, make a difference in a child's life today. I've said that every day for the last year and a half that I've dropped her off, and it's very important. And our teachers do that every day, and you do that as well. The next chapter, we talk about health and wellness. Now, very important. A lot of teachers don't exactly eat and drink properly. We talk about the importance of being healthy. You know, I'm not talking about going to the gym 3 hours a day, but you know, you might want to let up on the caffeine a little bit and watch what you take in, because when you're in your 20s, it doesn't affect you that much. But wait till you get to your 40s and 50s. You're gonna pay the price for poor habits in your 20s. So we're going to talk about the importance of being healthy, because you got to chase these little kids around all day long. You're going to need some stamina. You're going to want to have some energy for that weekend, so you can go out and let loose a little bit. How many of you have slept all weekend because you're exhausted from chasing kids all week? Well, we need to get you in shape so you can go actually enjoy the weekend, go hiking, have some fun. So we're going to talk about a little bit about health in that chapter. The next chapter, we're going to talk about goals and dreams. What are your goals and dreams? Where do you want to be 30 years from now? Do you want to have children of your own? Do you want to have your own home, your own car? Well, what's a goal of yours? Do you want to climb Mount Katahdin, or climb Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount Everest? Or do you want to run a marathon? What are your goals? What are your dreams? So we're going to talk a little bit about those in that chapter. We're actually going to get you to write down some dreams and goals, because we have found out is when you write down your goals and dreams, you have a much greater chance of accomplishing them. And you should have goals and dreams, and we're going to help you in that chapter. The next chapter, chapter 4, is all about mindset. Mindset is key. Without a proper mindset, life is going to be very hard on you. So we're going to talk in that chapter about accepting things from your past and moving past them. We're going to talk about living for the present. You know, the present is a gift. You know, that's why they call it the present. If you live for today, you can't live 5 minutes in the past, and we can't live 5 minutes in the future. The only time we can actually live is right now. The only decision we can make that affect anything is this second. So we have this thing called now that we have to enjoy. And if we're so worried about the future, tomorrow, or we're so stuck on yesterday, the past, we're losing sight of today. We're losing that gift, that present. You're not enjoying life. You're always looking somewhere else. We're going to talk in that chapter on mindset about living for the now and having a great life in doing so. Chapter 6 or 5, excuse me, is all about leadership. Say, wait a minute, I'm not a leader in my center. I'm just a teacher. As a teacher, you are the leader. You're the leader of your classroom. The children look up to you. You lead them. And when you become a head teacher, you're going to be a leader of junior teachers. When you become an assistant director, you will lead teachers. When you become a director, you'll lead assistant directors and teachers. When you become an executive director, you'll lead other directors. We're always going to be leading in this industry. And we're going to teach you some leadership skills. If you're an owner out there, we're going to teach you leadership skills to help you lead your entire team. It takes leadership skills to manage other people. People are imperfect. People will let you down. You need good leadership skills to help you get through the trying times. Chapter 6, work ethic. If you're a teacher working for somebody else or a director and you're working for an owner, we talk about work ethic in the chapter. You know, how many times have you ever had a co-teacher show up late for a shift and you've got to cover their classroom? Have you ever had a teacher go to a break and not come back? I've had it happen. That's not good work ethic. How many teachers, if you're an owner, have you ever had anybody quit without notice? Very poor work ethic. You know, people are counting on you. You fill a position. You are a mandated by law person, meaning that by law, the owner has to have a certain amount of teachers and staff there for a certain amount of children. When you don't show up, you show up later or don't show up at all, you're putting that center at risk, which means you're putting children's safety and jeopardy in risk. We talk about work ethic, the importance of having a good work ethic, because the actions and consequences of your business or choices at work today will affect you in jobs to come in the future. We do know that some people won't be doing childcare the rest of their lives. We're okay with that. When you go to your next profession, don't you want your boss to say nice things about you when they call for a reference? And they will call, I can promise you, because on your Facebook page, you put that you're a teacher. So your future boss is going to go, oh, she worked at XYZ daycare? Let me call them. Even though she didn't put it on her resume, I'm going to call them to see what kind of worker she was. And anybody that calls me for a job reference, I don't give them a good reference at all if they did not leave me in good terms. So we talk about work ethic and the importance of putting an honest day's work in for an honest day's pay. And the last chapter, chapter 7, are resources for continued growth. We give you a bunch of different resources in there, books you could read, and tools to make you a better teacher. Now, during the book, we follow 2 teachers, Teresa and Jillian. And these 2 teachers are from Leapfrog Preschool in Georgia. And these 2 teachers read these gems in this book, and we follow a parable of these 2 teachers throughout the entire book and how these gems change them. And Kris Murray is the one who wrote the parable in the book. She did an amazing job. You're going to love the Happiness Guide for Early Childhood Educators, Secrets to Living Your Best Life in and Out of the Classroom. It is available on Amazon. I would purchase this for every one of your teachers, everybody on your staff. I would get a bunch of extra ones. Whenever you onboard a new employee, this should be the gift you give to them. We actually have our employees read them during their onboarding process. We actually ask them a few questions about it, report, and make sure they read it. And there's actually an area in the front of the book, I think on page 2 or 3, that you can actually write a message to each teacher. There's a to and a from area, and you could write a personalized message to each teacher. And that's exactly what we do as owners at our company. We write a personal message to all our new teachers when we onboard them, telling them we appreciate them working to make a difference in the lives of children each and every day. So a Happiness Guide available on Amazon. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.